Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison of different brokerage and their platforms. You know, there's a lot of videos out there basically on charting, and it's technical indicators and how to read them, how to predict the stock market, but there's really not much out there as far as you know, how well do our brokers do, and what about the trading platforms that they provide us with. That's something I'd like to see a lot more out there, of just regular people rating their own brokers and showing us what's neat about their platforms. The two brokers that I'm going to be reviewing are Tradestation and Interactive Brokers. I've been using both of them for 1-2 years. I've been trading full-time for about 5 years. I've traded different brokers out there. And to start off with, first of all, is the type of fee structure. Both of these, Interactive Brokers and Tradestation, they trade on a per share basis, which means you're going to pay on basically how many shares you're trading. While Scottrade, Ameritrade, Fidelity, a lot of those other brokers trade you on a flat fee per trade basis. Doesn't matter how many shares you buy, you pay the same price. Which may seem good at first, but again, depending on how you trade, I mean, if you're an investor, that's good, that's fine if you want to keep it that way. If you're a really active trader, for me, I found out the expenses are much, much less if I go on a per share basis. So that's something important to consider based on how you like to trade. Tradestation recently did introduce on a per trade basis as well, and the amount they charge you depends on how much you're going to trade in a month. So I think that differs from anywhere from, I think, $6 to $10 per trade, again, depending on how much you trade. Going about some of the differences between the two platforms, something that I think is really important is account integration. If you want to trade futures and if you want to trade stocks, a lot of brokers, including Tradestation, they make you open up 2 accounts, which means you have to have your money in 2 separate places. If you want to have all your money in one place because you see something in the markets, you want to jump on that deal, you can't. You lose leverage that way. You can transfer money between the 2 accounts, but that usually takes 1 or 2 days, you know, for that approval and the process to go through. One of the legs up that Interactive Brokers has is with 1 account, you can trade anything you want. You can trade currencies, forex, futures, stocks, options, everything out of 1 account. You don't need to move money around. Especially if you don't have too much money and you're starting out with trading. You know, the SEC day trading rules say you have to have $25,000 minimum in your account to be able to day trade. If you were starting with a $30,000, $35,000 account, it's hard to divide it up as far as putting some away for futures. Not that you really should be trading futures anyway if you're a beginning trader, until you get to understand the markets a little bit better. Something that's also important to all of us is the quality of the fills and the speed of execution. With both of these platforms and other, you know, I consider these much more advanced than your Fidelities, Ameritrades, and all those other standard ones. Those I call more of the newbie type of brokerage firms. You know, they kind of hold your hand. They have somebody to talk to. You can call them. They answer questions for you. Even though they have toll-free lines here too, they really don't hold your hand. You kind of got to know what you're doing to use one of these brokers. And one of the benefits of these brokers is that it lets you route your trades manually. If you want to route it to the exchange floor or one of the ECNs, you can do that. While, you know, the Scottrades and Ameritrades, I don't believe so. I haven't used them for a few years. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can put it in the comment section. They basically route it however they want. Now, you can route it, basically let Tradestation or Interactive Brokers decide for you as well. They have what the Tradestations call smart technology, and Interactive Brokers they call intelligent routing, where you just tell it, you know what, you decide, and they can route it for you as well. With Tradestation, their smart routing, I don't like it at all. Sometimes I wait a long time for the trades to get filled. You know, sometimes it takes up to 2 seconds for a trade to get filled, and you know, when the market's moving fast, you kind of want to jump in there. You don't want to wait that long. Also, the quality of the fill is not that great. I've seen sometimes I've gotten filled outside. I'm looking at the bid, I'm looking at the ask, and I'm way outside, and I've got, you know, my level 2s going here too. And I'm not crazy about it. Basically what I do if I'm trading with Tradestation on my day trades, I go through the BATS ECN. I found much faster execution and much better fills. Interactive brokers, on the other hand, you can use their intelligent routing. It is very fast and your fills are excellent. A lot of times you're getting better than ask if you're buying, and if you're shorting, you're getting a better price on that end as well on the bid side. They do advertise that they do have one of the best fills, and they're not lying. It actually really works. I do not route my trades manually when I'm going through interactive brokers. By the way, I do most of my futures trading on interactive brokers. I do some stocks there, but I also do most of my day trading on Tradestation. I really don't go through the futures. Now, let's talk about costs of trading. Tradestation is $100. It is $1 for every 100 shares. Interactive brokers is $1 for every 200 shares of stock. Now, they do have limits as far as, it doesn't exponentially go up like that. If you want to trade, 4,000, 5,000 shares of a dollar stock or a penny stock, over the counter, pink sheets. But generally, on the stock side, I jump in again. I trade the higher dollar stocks, maybe 100 or 200 shares at a time. So it's a pretty good fee. $1 for every 100 shares on Tradestation. $1 for every 200 shares on interactive brokers. As far as options go, it's about $1 a contract on Tradestation, if I remember correctly. It's 75 cents a contract on interactive brokers. Again, I don't know about futures on Tradestation, but it's $1.20 a contract on interactive brokers for the futures contracts, which is very, very good fees. Something else to consider are the exchange subscriptions. If you want to watch the markets, depending on what markets you want to watch, you have to subscribe to that exchange, and there's monthly fees associated with it. If you want to trade the S&P futures, the E-minis, you want to subscribe to the CME. Each one of these is, depending on, again, if you want the level 2s and whatnot, you're paying about $25 to $40 per exchange to watch them, and there's plenty of exchanges around. You got the NYMEX, you got the Globex, you got the ICE, depending on, again, what you want to trade. And these can add up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month, just the subscription fees. That's the way Tradestation does it, and that's the way a lot of brokers do it. Interactive brokers, there are no subscription fees, which is just awesome. With interactive brokers, you can be watching live S&P 500 or the minis, the ES, and you don't have to pay for it. You can watch tick by tick, you can look at the charts, and it's free. You can jump on it, you can make a trade in there if you have your futures account approved with them, which is great. Let's say you only subscribe to a couple of exchanges, and all of a sudden something happens in the markets and you go, God, I wish I could have jumped on oil. Now I know it's going to make a big move. If you're with Tradestation, well, you better have a NYMEX subscription. If you don't, you can subscribe, but that takes 1 or 2 days, until you get approved. Opportunities gone by. With interactive brokers, if you see something, there is no subscription. I mean, you can jump on any data anywhere and place your trade, which is, again, a huge leg up on saving a lot of those costs. Something else to consider as far as trading, the platform fees. Tradestation says our platform is free, but you have to trade 5,000 shares a month. If you're an active trader, day trader, you're probably going to meet that. Again, depending on the types of stocks that you trade. I just don't like having limits. I just don't like being told I have to trade 5,000. What if it was a bad month? I, didn't trade that much. I had 4,500 shares in. Now I'm going to be forcing myself to, trade some more. I don't want to have to force myself to trade. I don't want to constantly keep track of, how much I'm trading, even though I'm way over that usually on a monthly basis. I just wish they would kind of take that away. By the way, then they also have their radar screen and their options data chains and other things, and those are all on a monthly subscription as well, again, unless you trade 5,000 shares or more. So if you have a lot of that data that you're using, and all of a sudden you don't hit your 5,000 shares in a month, you go on vacation or something, all of a sudden you're going to have a $200–300 bill at the end of the month just for the trading platform. Interactive brokers, there is no trading platform fee. They want you to make 10 trades a month, and if you don't do that, I think they charge you something like $10, which is very reasonable. Again, if you're just an investor, you probably don't even want that, but you know, for a trader, you really can't beat those prices. Then, something else I'd like to get into. By the way, I'm only limited to 15 minutes on this, so that's what YouTube allows per video, so that I'm very limited on what I can cover here. How about quality of charts? Opening up and looking at the charts. This is one place TradeStation has a huge leg up on interactive brokers. Interactive brokers' charts just stink. Again, you can keep track of stuff. It just takes a lot of adjusting. The time periods that they use are really weird. Moving around in the charts, putting your technical indicators, it's not as flexible. They keep putting little add-ons here and there, trying to improve the charts with newer versions, but I really think they just need to dump that entire platform and come up with something new. TradeStation has the best charting anywhere. You know, back about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, TradeStation was really popular. That's what they were known for, their charting. It was like a cockpit. You're sitting in the cockpit of a plane, and with all these controls. Within the past decade, a lot has changed. A lot of brokers are now giving you really good platforms, every technical indicator you can ask for. You can backtest strategies. So TradeStation has lost a lot of the edge that they used to have. And I think they're still kind of riding on their high horse a little bit, you know, charging these fees for the platform and this and that. You know, I think they need to change sometime soon and come back to reality here. But they still, their charts do beat the hell out of interactive brokers' charts. It's about as good as you can get. And again, a lot of brokers out there have really good charting as well. So what do? If you have interactive brokers, you can go with another charting company, another platform company. For example, Ninja Traders. Ninja Traders is free. You can go ahead and download their software, and it uses your interactive broker's feed to fill up the charts, which is excellent. However, if you want to be able to trade out of the Ninja Trader platform, you don't have the little buy and sell buttons right there in your charts. They do charge you. Then you have to either buy the platform, which is $1,000 and you own it, or you can lease it for $300 a quarter. Ninja Trader is good charting, but that's it, and it stops there. I really don't think it's worth the price. It has a lot of flaws and problems. Importing all your new stocks, sometimes it doesn't recognize it. The symbols, you got to import each one individually. You can only open one workspace at a time. You know, sometimes you may want to have multiple workspaces. You know, jump back and forth. You can't do that. Ninja Trader, I think, is a little bit too expensive, but again, for basic charting, it works great. There's also eSignal. eSignal is a platform provider and a data provider, but you can bypass their data and get a big discount if you use your interactive broker's data. But still, they're going to charge you for their platform. I think it's about $100, $150 a month, and eSignal is probably one of the best charts that I've seen out there, even better than the TradeStation. They're one of the only brokerages that I know of that even provides order imbalance information. I haven't seen any other brokers do that. You have to subscribe to it. I know you can go to the NASDAQ data store, and I think it's about $15, $20 a month to get order imbalance information. So, folks, unfortunately, this is all I can cover in the short amount of time. I'm about hitting my 15-minute limit. So real quickly, I just want to show you some of their charts close up. Let's see if we can get some of this. Right here, this is interactive brokers charts. You know, not the best. This right here, you're looking at TradeStation charting. And over here in the white, this is Ninja Trader. So again, real quickly, that was just, I know this really isn't enough. You probably want to go download the platforms for yourself and take a look. And unfortunately, I'm running out of time, or else YouTube will kick this video out. So again, ask your questions in the comments, and I'd like to see more people do reviews of their brokers. And both of these platforms can do so much more. I just don't have time to cover them all. So please visit their websites and study it a little bit further. Thanks.